Hey guys, I am Pearl the Anthropologist, and I am here to share field observation notes number 3 with you. The date of this recording is June 25th, 2026. The location of this recording is still somewhere within the stars. Okay. In our previous notes, we examined the inventor, the archetype capable of accelerating civilization by concentrating capital, engineering talent, and public imagination toward new horizons. The current actor occupying that role is Elon Musk. Before him, there were others, and after him, there will be more. The names change, the patterns remain. Today's observation is not about acceleration itself. It is about what acceleration leaves behind. Every civilization eventually faces the same question. Not whether it can build something, but whether it should. Innovation expands outward. Stewardship must expand with it. When those two forces grow together, civilizations flourish. When innovation outruns stewardship, fractures begin to appear. Every civilization preserves stories warning about creation without restraint. Prometheus gave humanity fire. Pandora opened the box. Whether these stories are historical is not the point. Anthropologically, they survive because they encode wisdom. Power always arrives before complete understanding. Today, our fire is artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, and increasingly complex technologies. Modern engineers possess simulations, digital twins, and controlled testing environments capable of reducing enormous amounts of risk before the public is ever exposed. The sandbox exists for a reason. When mistakes happen inside the sandbox, systems improve. When mistakes happen in public, people pay the price. The lesson remains unchanged. Creation without stewardship eventually asks ordinary people to absorb extraordinary risk. Technology is only part of the observation. Language is the other half. Anthropologists study how societies use language to build trust. Institutions often use language differently. Reports, policies, metrics, legal frameworks, technical terminology. These tools are necessary, but when the language becomes more important than the human reality it describes, something begins to fracture. A family experiences grief. The report calls it an incident. A worker experiences pain. The spreadsheet calls it a productivity issue. A community experiences harm. The metric calls it an acceptable variance. The human experience remains the same. Only the language changes. And once the language changes, accountability often changes with it. The book slowly begins replacing the human. This pattern extends far beyond Silicon Valley. It appears inside corporations, government agencies, healthcare systems, universities, insurance companies, management teams, any institution where procedure becomes detached from purpose. Rules exist to serve people. People do not exist to serve rules. Healthy managers, engineers, and leaders act as stewards. They translate institutional systems back into human reality. When stewardship disappears, the opposite occurs. The policy becomes more important than the person. The metric becomes more important than the mission. The process becomes more important than the outcome. Different institution, different century, the same pattern. This leaves us with a deeper anthropological question. How should a civilization measure progress? By speed, by valuation, by capability, or by the degree to which it protects the people affected by what it creates. History rarely remembers societies simply because they built remarkable technologies. History remembers whether those technologies strengthened or weakened human life. Innovation alone is not enough. Capability alone is not enough. Power alone is not enough. Stewardship is what transforms invention into civilization. Technology should serve people. People should never be sacrificed to serve technology. That is the observation. The current actors may be Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and the broader Silicon Valley ecosystem. A century ago, they were different people. A century from now, they will be different again. The purpose of this record is not to study personalities. It is to study the recurring relationship between innovation, power, governance, and responsibility. The names help us locate the observation. The pattern is what future generations will inherit. Anthropologists are often asked what they study. The answer is simple. We study patterns. The name change, the faces change, the technologies change, but the patterns remain. And the pattern being observed here is not a failure of intelligence. It is not a failure of innovation. It is not even a failure of technology. It is a failure of stewardship. A civilization that can build extraordinary tools but cannot consistently protect the people using them has solved only half of the problem. The other half remains unfinished. This is Pearl the Anthropologist. Thank you for watching and listening.
Rain against the windows, city fading into blue. Your fingers wrapped around mine, like they always knew what to do. City rain, car tires on wet streets, soft synth hum, neon prayers in the midnight glow. Streetlights blur like falling stars, night trains passing lonely hearts. Everybody moving fast, trying not to face the past. And somewhere underneath the neon sky, human souls still ache to feel alive. Neon prayer, floating through the midnight air. All these glowing city lights still cannot replace real love. Neon prayer, somebody tell me hope is there, beyond the static and the noise, beyond surround us. Just hold my heart. Maybe healing is not loud. Maybe it's small moments of truth. A hand held gently, a quiet room, a soft voice saying you do not have to carry this alone. Still remain. Ocean breathing through the silence, stars dissolving into dawn, and